I just went no contact with my mom, so excuse the redness. I've been crying for a long time. I've struggled on and off with like posting anything about emotional abuse and stuff I've been through because I was always scared she might see it. And I love my mom, and it's hard because it's like I wanted to talk about it, but I also didn't want to hurt her if she's seen it, even though it was the truth. And now she just kind of the same behavior, which I think hurt me the most because I was really hoping she was kind of better. But it really hurts when instead of like taking responsibility for their own actions, they turn it around to hurt you instead on purpose. And if you followed any other videos, you'd see like the hospital stuff. Like that was a really horrible time. And in that time, my mom, when I got home, like I was just hurt and stuff from the nurse that hit me and their physical and emotional abuse that I had endured there, and basically kidnapped. I was just held against my will and stuff illegally for almost a week. It was 6 days, and when I got home I had no support, like no love or nothing. My mom didn't even hug me. She didn't say I love you. I was literally just all alone. And she did a lot, like yelling and screaming in my face when I had my first panic attack and I didn't really know what it was. And she wouldn't leave, she wouldn't move out of my face. She just kept screaming in my face and said, "This is just me, and this is who I am. I'm not gonna stop." Instead of, stopping when I politely asked her, I couldn't breathe. "Please, can you move?" That's hard because she chooses to continue to say, "Oh, what about you taking responsibility for your actions?" And it's like, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything, and that's so hard because that's why I never would bring it up before, ever. And because when I did, the one time a counselor told me to, it turned into that. And then I don't know if anybody's dealt with it. I mean, she's not clinically diagnosed, but if you've ever dealt with like narcissistic parents, everything's about them, everything revolved around them all the time, and never can take responsibility. Somehow always the other person's fault. And when I seen all the texts she was saying to me, I knew it was something I was avoiding because I had already known I probably would have to do it, but I was really hoping I didn't because, the stereotype of if she's your mom or your parent or whatever, you shouldn't do that or whatever. But there are some things, you don't see, and you have to, and I was really hoping not. But she even said that she can't do it anymore, and she wasn't gonna talk to me anymore if I can't get past the things that I'm saying she did and stuff. And it's not like I fling it at her or anything, so I don't know why. It's more of if you don't forget all the wrongs I did you, and then we can't talk anymore, essentially, which is ridiculous, because that's always there. There's a trigger, something to watch, especially with hospital-related stuff. I'm just reminded of how my own mother didn't hug me, didn't love me, didn't take the time to listen to me when I told her that the nurse had hit me. Instead, she stopped me to talk about herself. She stopped to talk about how, I went through something at a hospital. She didn't even finish listening to me. when I said I needed to do my hair different so I could look in the mirror again, guess who came out blonde before I did? She did. And then guess who said it was so I could feel like a totally different person, the exact same thing I said to her? She did. And then she was upset at me for doing it. Like, she still doesn't know that during the time I was there, I was told quite a few times that I should go to a women's shelter for my own safety from not only her ex, but my own mom, because of how she was behaving towards me, because they could hear her yelling and screaming on the phone while I was on the phone, because she didn't know that her trying to break into my room that was locked and stuff, she was being hurt by someone else. And I never went like too deeply into it because I didn't want the hospital to in the future try and use it against my mom, especially since she helped like write her statement for me against them. But yeah, it turns out she was emotionally abusive, but I didn't know that at the time. I only learned it after I was already home, and it wasn't by the hospital, it was by counselors, and by her behavior and me reading the many nasty texts she would send me, because the stupid hospital called her and said, oh, the reason why she was at the hospital was because you're abusive, and that's not why. It was because the hospital effed up and I was supposed to be in for food poisoning. And I mean, I made other videos of that. That's not this. Because the hospital couldn't take responsibility that they were the one that abused me, and it had nothing to do with her on why I was there in that regard anyways. But I protected her. I didn't say anything. Like, I did take responsibility when the hospital drugged me up so much. I said the wrong thing, and then I made sure to call and take it back so it didn't hurt her, because I love her. It just got used against me. It's not like I told them the truth about the time she ran around with a knife, like when she was like drinking and stuff when I was, I don't know, like I was a teen, 13, 14, 15, I don't know, 16, and she was waving it. I was scared because she was close to cutting me with it, and it was one of her drunk benders, and that's the kind of person she was. And then thankfully she stopped drinking at one point, but it doesn't mean she wasn't scary. She didn't hit me, but she would hit beside me against the wall when she got mad, or break my stuff, or threaten to throw everything out, or all this stuff. And now it's just, she's showing me she hasn't changed her. I'm free out of that environment, but she still does the whole emotional thing when I think she's changing or different. And you know, your brain, especially when you're the child, it makes you believe they're gonna get past it and love you enough, like they say, to not behave like that towards you, not be the one that brings you down the worst, that hurts you the worst. And because of this, she's gonna be probably vindictive and not want to be a witness or anything in regards to that, because it'll hurt me because she's mad at me. So any advice on other people going through no contact would be welcome. I was told basically you just remind yourself of everything they ever did to you, and every time you want to unblock them or something, that just remind yourself they're not going to change, and it's you believing they will, and that's just going to hurt you, and believing. Thank you.